Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Cincinnati Man. I'm back. Thank you for joining me. This is my instant thoughts out of the theater. I literally went to go see it at 2 a.m. in the Kenwood movie theater. Like I said, thank you for joining me. Straight from Ohio. Hello. um, let's just get to it. I'm disappointed in the movie. Um, I went in with thinking that hey, maybe it will be kind of like Black Widow, which I was disappointed in too, but maybe it has some elements where I'm like, okay, that's. I'm trying to think of the most mid movie where I was like, it's all right. Well, I started thinking about like Iron Man 2, um, Ant Man 2. It was just like whatever. Like I don't know where to place this movie. But let's do it like this. Like there's a running joke. This is true. There's a running joke amongst Marvel fans where Marvel fans that don't that kind of have more sensible head about things. Because typically, I ran into a lot of fans that did not like the Eternals, and they'll be like, "Is it as bad as the Eternals?" It's like, and it's like, "Is it Thunderbolts as bad as Thor 4? Is it as bad as Ant Man Quantumanium? Not bad as Eternals, but it might be. Is as bad as it's like linked. It's linked. If there was like a link to Thor 4 and Ant Man, Quantumanium, and it's linked as in there's so many major things that there's a few major things that happen that you're like this has so much of an impact on the world of the universe that is y'all explained it so poorly in here that it should have never been in here. Um, I I rarely do this. I rarely do this, so I'm telling you right now. What is it? This is 2 minutes and 23 seconds into this. We are about to. I'm spoiling this. This is spoiler. Okay, and I'm just getting out my thoughts, and I might do a movie breakdown. I I haven't done a movie breakdown in a long time. I'm talking about a couple years, like a real no, maybe done it with Bad Hat. It it's been a while since I've done it. It's been a while. I had to look through my playlist and think about it. But no, I'm talking about a for real like scene by scene breakdown. And the last time I done a scene by scene, like a pure, it was Birdemic. If you ain't ever heard of Birdemic, look at my playlist, Birdemic. Let me. You gonna be sitting there like, oh, and they danced in it. They had a fake looking Luther Vandross dude, Luther Vandross looking brother, but the dance sequence was like 3 minutes long. I was like, this is still going, and it was so. I was. It was like, what is this? So anyway, they had a good time at the beach, and they saw a dead bird, and they was like, oh, that's weird, and then they went to a hotel room to have sex. I don't. I mean, wow, that was a lot different. Anyway, um, they let Valentina off the hook. Let me understand this. She is evil. There is no good in her. She was about to release a schizophrenic former meth addict with superpowers onto the world just to save herself from being impeached. Which I thought impeachment was only honestly I thought I look, hey, I don't know I don't know American politics well enough and I'm here. And I'm like, I thought you only impeach presidents. I didn't know you impeach senators, but um she's going to release the century onto the world, being like, "Look how great he is! You know nothing about this guy. You didn't even know he existed. So somebody, your assistant told you like, oh, that's him. You're like, who? Who's him? I thought we got rid of that experiment. You're like, nah, he survived. It's like I didn't know about this. Obviously not. I had a huge question about. I knew the Thunderbolts in the comic books was named after General Thunderbolt Ross, but as usual, they like to destroy their own history to build anew. So it's named after a little league or little soccer team, a little girl soccer team, Elena's soccer team. The Thunderbolts, yay! I was like, y'all really didn't have to do that. Marvel has a rebranding issue. Every time they rebrand onto themselves with something else with the MCU, it always tends to be slightly worse or uninteresting. You got Hawkeye. No, now you got Hawkeye. You got Captain America. Like when you start saying stuff now, you have to explain it to people that I don't want to disappoint them. I'm wearing a Captain America hoodie. My favorite Captain America. I'm like, oh, Captain America. People used to be like, oh yeah, Steve. Now they say Sam. I'm like, no, my guy's Steve. If I say, hey, Hawkeye, whoever watched the Hawkeye series, I watch. I don't know nobody ever talks about that series. But there's two Hawkeyes. Which Hawkeye you talking about? When you say Black Widow, you always say Black Widow. You know why? Because nobody ever prefers her to be Black Widow. Nobody that I know openly says, oh, Yelena. They say Yelena. They don't say the Black Widow. Technically there's three Captain Americas because you had Chris Evans, you had Sam, and then you had before Sam, you had US agent Walker. You had Walker. So oh yeah, you got Iron Man. No, she Ironheart that. You had Thor, Lady Thor. You know, is it the rebranded? You know, like people say, like, oh, it follows the comics. I mean, yeah, what you mean the bad parts too? Yeah, the bad parts too. That's what they're gonna follow. And now they got the nerve. I had to calm down. They had the nerve to rebrand the Avengers as the new Avengers, like the comic, but with none of the cool characters, none of the interesting like street level stuff that happened in the comics or anything like that. But let's leave the comics out. These assembly, this crew. Look, Bucky, hang it up, bro. You just join. You never wanted to join a group. You never wanted to join the Avengers. You gonna join them? You gonna enjoy what you doing? Keeping an eye on them? How you gonna keep an eye on them and serve your constituents in Brooklyn, Mister Senator, Mister Freshman Senator and stuff? Come on, man. You can't do both. You of all people can't do both. You can't do it. You can't do it. Ghosts. The weird thing about this movie, everybody kind of knew each other. Like, oh, you're that person. You do this, and that. And there's this exposition explaining how they know each other. Or, oh, I remember when this happened. You're like, why are y'all talking like this? Shout out to my homie Fred. He said, "Yo, Red Guardian." He's like, "Red Guardian ain't that bad. I actually like him." I'm like, when what he is in is bad, he becomes his annoyingness becomes even more. Just like I wasn't a fan of Black Widow, and I liked when he was a competent when he was undercover, he was competent. When that little 5 minutes that you saw he was undercover, I thought we was gonna get kind of like that. We didn't get that. We got duh. Oh, Yelena's at the door. Let me brush my teeth with dishwashing liquid or dish soap. Like what? What kind of degenerate are you? This movie made me hate Walker even more. I argue all the time, among other things, with one of my friends, and I say that Walker was not a villain. They had the nerve to have a line in here from that, like where Ghost was like, "Well, yeah, I'm not like you run around and kill innocent men." That man that you're calling innocent helped blow up a building unknowingly because he's part of a terrorist organization. But he kept following her after he found out that one girl blew up a building. Then he helped kill Battlestar, which was which was John Walker's version of Bucky, and he tried to throw like a concrete block at as he was getting chased by Walker, and he put his hands up like, oh, and Walker killed him. It was like, yeah, he killed a lot of people and tried to kill more. Like just because you put your hands up, like, oh, I'm sorry, hey, you're like, nah, like he you could have some disciplinary stuff, but it ain't that big a deal. Tony Stark made Ultron. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. And then Captain America had anyway. You know what's interesting? Remember when Natasha, aka Yelena's sister, was feeling so bad about what happened to Taskmaster? This movie didn't give a fuck. This movie was like, bam, she dead. And I didn't really think about it. I was like, oh, she's dead. I was like, okay. As I watched it, and then Walker, one of them, mentioned her to Yelena, and it was, oh yeah, she went through a lot, and now she's dead. Whatever. I was like, the emotional impact that Natasha went through with that, we attached to that, and I love how it didn't translate any to Yelena. She's like, I don't care about her anyway. So I was like, what? And and look, Yelena, yes, your sister died. How many years ago was it? Because the way they talk, she didn't. She wasn't. I'm pretty sure she wasn't in the blip. I can't even remember that. At this point, you know what's funny? I can't even remember. There's so much happening. Was she in the blip? You know, look, she was in the blip. Yeah, she was. She was. I think it was in Hawkeye or something. Don't take my word for it. I'm not gonna look it up. I'm not. I'm just gonna keep it straight facts. I just know that there's been enough time where she should have got to a point with Alexi, aka Red Guardian, where they could have been cool. I thought they would have been cool by now. They still ain't dealt with shit over all these years. Because when the family got reunited and Natasha went back on a run, that was at least 5 years. That was when she was on a run with Steve. And y'all didn't y'all talked a little bit, but last past year, y'all haven't talked. Come on, man. And where is Rhodey? Where is where is Nick Fury? This thing about the Avengers ain't here. I've said this several times. It's like the military creating a uh creating the Marines or some special forces. They win using them, and then they disband it. It's like, no, you build upon that. This narrative that Valentina had, like, I gotta create heroes because we ain't got none. Um, if I remember correctly, remember you Vision said like 10 years ago, oh, the number of superpower people have quadrupled since blah 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 blah. Now y'all like, oh, I don't know how to make them. They're everywhere. I would have been more interested if they would have over this time, over these last few years, if they had competing and arguing military branches or superhero divisions trying to get the ear of the president to lead. That would have been interesting. But we didn't get that. And I told my friend Fred that I didn't like how I saw like the last trailer, you know, show Elena staring into in the shadow, and I was like, oh, she's gonna talk him down, because I've listened to some comics, and I was like, okay, the Void, the Bob. They say Bob one more mother. I knew that it was gonna be a talk, and I was like, this is so lame. This is lame. And then they all grouped hugged him like as if like we were always there for. They didn't want to die. They didn't hug him out of like they love him. They hugged him like please don't kill us. Let us live. Come on, man. And then those super stage scenes where people needed help was more. It was like perfect where people were just like they're standing in place waiting for something to fall. It wasn't. It wasn't smooth. And keep Bucky's arm on. Why y'all keep taking Bucky's arm off? It ain't cool to keep on seeing Bucky disabled. No offense to disabled people. I don't mean it that way. I don't mean it that way. I meant Bucky arm been on the whole time. And it seems like not the whole time. It seems like every movie or TV show, you gotta take the arm away. You gotta take the arm away. And I'm like, how many times you gonna take that arm away? To like, why is that arm? That arm should be so difficult to take off. It ain't. It ain't. But I'm Cincinnati, man. I can keep going and going and going. This is the wild part of what I'm saying. I'm still hoping for the Fantastic Four. I'm still hoping for the Fantastic Four. Um, I would also like to. Oh, this is the last part of what I'm going to say. If anyone, look, I'm about to be like Doctor Strange. All I need is one. If I have one person, and I don't mean one of my friends, because I can see one of my friends putting in the comments like, yeah, no. If I have one person ask me to do a full breakdown of this movie, I'll do it. I'll do it. And I'm talking about. I'm talking about. It's going to be audio. I'm just gonna have the poster up, and then I'm gonna talk throughout. I'm gonna talk about the whole movie. If you want me to do that to break down what I had a problem with, I'll do it. And it is what it is. The last time I did the breakdown like that, it was Birdemic. And if you ever saw that video, it was a long time ago. If y'all saw that, you'll be like, "What the?" Yeah, yeah. So anyway, just leave a comment on my YouTube once again. I'm Cincinnati Man. Thank you. I appreciate everything that everybody's been doing by viewing, laughing, thinking, disagreeing, whatever. If you disagree, leave an explanation in your disagreement. There's nothing wrong. Just disagreeing for the sake of it, which people do. Maybe some people are trolls. I've noticed that. Some people are trolls because when you ask them to explain, because I give a video where I explain myself fully, they're like, they don't explain themselves. It's so, hey, people do that every day. Yep, y'all have a good one. I got to figure this out. Wow.